Hello, this is Coach Josh, and I just want to do a quick tutorial on how you can use the Vibrant Velocity Scanner and make massive profit trading in the financial market. Okay, so once you have your subscription, your Akashex subscription, this scanner comes with your subscription. You simply, click here, click on Redux Scanners, and you can see Vibrant Velocity. Vibrant Velocity. So once you come there, usually it will be on Euro USD, but you can always change it from Euro USD to gold. This is where you change it. You see where you have the symbol at the top. When you open it, usually it will be on Euro USD, and it works for Euro USD as well. It works for currency pairs, it works for commodities, gold, silver, it works for different currency pairs. But we trade mostly gold within the community. So let's just look at the velocity scanner to trade gold. Okay, so what's the general rule of thumb? The general rule of thumb is you wait to see a diamond and the white dots. The white dots are called the parabolic SARS. So on the 1 hour time frame, you see that this was a massive sell that happened towards the close of the week, Thursday and Friday, towards the end of January. When price reached all-time high, this diamond appeared, letting us know that a reversal was imminent. The moment you begin to see the white dots, that's your sign to sell. However, the 1 hour time frame is a large time frame to trade on because there can be pullbacks that can happen on the 1 hour time frame. So if you have big capital and you're willing to use a big stop loss, of course, you're like a swing trader, you can use the 1 hour time frame because it can play out over multiple hours or even days. So like this one happened on the 29th, okay, and then it played out on the 30th, 29th, and then 30th of January. So most of what we do is scalping. Okay, so if you are trading a small account, small capital, what you want to do is you want to scalp. And so I just want to show you how you scalp. So to scalp, you simply go to the lower time frame, like the 5-minute and the 3-minute time frame. And the rule is the same. So right about now, we've had multiple opportunities. Okay, so remember I said you're waiting for a diamond. So when you see a blue diamond is usually your signal to buy. A red diamond is your signal to sell. But you don't hit sell immediately you see the diamond. You wait for the white dots, the parabolic SARS. We've observed that you have a higher chance of winning your trade when you wait for that double confirmation. When you wait for the double confirmation. So like in this example here, look at how price moved. This is like a 400 pip move. But if you are using the 5-minute time frame, we generally say target taking profit at 50 to 100 pips. If you want to open, well, depending on your capital, use good risk management. Don't expose your capital to too much risk. So for a stop loss, you may want to consider a 200 pip stop loss. I'm doing this at almost 4 a.m. So you may want to consider a 200 pip stop loss. Okay, so on the 5-minute time frame, like I said, 50 to 100 pips will be your take profit. If you're using the 3-minute time frame, it also works on the 3-minute time frame, but the way I like to use it, I prefer to watch out for reversals on the 1 minute. So on the 1 minute time frame, I may just come down to the 1 minute and see what price is doing. So okay, on the 1 minute, I see that a diamond has appeared. Okay, the dots have started appearing. I'll wait for the same thing to happen on the 3-minute or 5 minutes and then enter, because on the 1 minute you have a lot more false signals. You have a lot more false signals on the 1 minute. So you can just use the 1 minute to observe maybe a change in trend. but I generally like to use the 3 minutes and the 5 minutes. So here you see that we had a perfect entry, and that was like 400, 500 pips. Here again at the white dot, it gave us another huge move to the upside, like 400, 500, 600 pips. Okay, let's see, do we have any other? Okay, so this was another trade opportunity. That one was 2000 pips. So you can see that with this scanner, you really you really can start to win in the financial market with this scanner. Um, so generally speaking, you want to work with the diamonds. However, you can also work with the triangles, but most preferably the diamonds. Now, in a situation where you have a triangle, so you can see that we had a rally here, and then we now had a triangle, and then we had the dots. That's also a good sign for you to take a trade. However, if your if your triangle is coming after several dots, whether on top or beneath, if your triangle is coming after several dots, just ignore that trade. So I'll give you an example. You see that here we have several dots, and then your triangle, the blue triangle, then comes up here. When you have that kind of situation, just ignore that trade. That's not a good setup. The same thing happens here. The triangle comes up after the dots. That's not a good setup. But look at this here. You have your red triangle, and then you have the dots following. This is a good setup. That's a trade that you can take. The same thing happened here. You have your triangle, and then you have the dots. That's another good setup. You would have taken your sell, you would have made your 30, 50, 100 pips, and you already be out of the trade. So remember, diamond and dot, you enter your buy. If it's a blue diamond and dot, you enter your buy. If it's a red diamond or sell, you enter your dot. You can also use your triangles, but you want to make sure that the triangles are close as possible to the beginning of the dots. So I believe that with this, anyone can use this as a guide to trading the gold using the velocity scanner. Cheers.